Oh, good day, boys and girls. I just want to talk to you today a little bit about the SÁNEĆ people. SÁNEĆ people have always been very strong people and very determined, hard-working people. Always lived in this homeland and territory and had respect for all the living things, just like our relatives. Whether it was a deer, a salmon, a raven, could be a wolf, could be anything in nature, even the trees. And for a long time our people were not allowed to speak our language, and our children were sent to boarding schools. They weren't allowed to stay at home with their families. They're not allowed to speak any kind of SÁNEĆ at all. So all the leaders many years ago, and the community members, the ladies and the men, they wanted to have our own school. That was a big dream back then, where we could have hire our own teachers, make up our own curriculum for the kids to learn from, and have our own art taught there and our own language taught there. Those were big dreams back then. And that's the school you're going to. And they wanted to give it a good name. So then one of their meetings, talking to the elders, they said, what will we name our new school? Somebody said we could call it SÁNEĆ Tribal School. One man spoke up and he said, we should call it Tlevamuk, the name of our sacred mountain, because that's old. That's a good name to use. When one says we have to have our own art all around that school. We should have a pole there in front of our school with all of our important symbols in there. Like the thunderbird should be on there. The whale should be on there. The raven should be on there. The wolf should be on there. And they carved that beautiful pole for you children to see, so that when you go to your own school, you can see your own kind style of art, Salish design of art, bird. And on the thunderbird's chest is human face. And it tells us that a good person has a vision of the thunderbird. And then there's the whale. And the whale's on that pole, because when we traveled to the sea, our people looked at the whales as our relatives, and they protected our people. They traveled with our old ancestors across the strait by canoe, and the raven has to be on there, because the raven was there when the great flood came, and our people survived that great flood. The raven came and landed on the bow of the canoe, telling us that the flood is over, and so brought us the good news that the flood was over and that our people had survived. And raven is in all our teaching stories to teach our children how to be good children. The wolf is on the pole, and he's the protector of our village and the protector of our sacred mountain. And so all those things are on the pole to remind you children to be good SÁNEĆ children, to be happy to be SÁNEĆ, to be happy to be going to our school. So we want you to remember that when you look at that pole, and be proud of being SÁNEĆ, be proud of who you are, where you're from, be proud of your squel, SÁNEĆ Totem. And every time you walk into that school, and when you see that thunderbird up there, he's going to have his arms out wrapped around you. And when you see that wolf on that pole and he's holding the little baby wolves, the little wolf cubs, that's you children he's holding. He's protecting you, so you can be strong SÁNEĆ children. That's good.
Thunderbird, the whale, the raven and the wolf are the spirit protectors of the SÁNEĆ people. The thunderbird bring us strength and guidance from the secret cave on Mount Houston. Hey, hey. The wolf is the spirit protector of our sacred mountain. The raven is the carrier of the good news. The raven brought the news of the ending of the great flood. The human face on the sunburst crest represents the one who sees this vision for the SÁNEĆ people. They are strong.